Welcome to Dragon Talk. How's everybody doing? Sorry we got started a few minutes late there, but we are excited to start today's interview.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's just do it.
We're going to jump right into the interview.
Why not?
All right. So we have Latia and Brian from the Initiative Coffee Company. Hello.
Woo!
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, neighbors.
How are you guys doing?
I'm fine. A little tired, but I'm fine.
I'm
Tired?
considerably less tired, but also fine.
You run
I
a
had-
coffee company. You can't be
That's
tired.
true. But I also had to work my real life job this
Right.
morning.
Yeah, this
Oh,
That makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're
right.
doing that right now.
More of the energy. I know we're in the middle of that right now. But we couldn't have a podcast episode recording without real coffee in my cup. So I'm very excited. And this is the two of the roasts that you guys have done recently for that are D&D themed, I guess you would say.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. All of our roasts are D&D themed to some degree. So we have those two, and then a third just kind of light roast blend that is called Fulgurite, which is themed after our YouTube series Bard's Tale, which is 5 bards and a cook.
Nice.
Yeah.
On their ways to the glass shores.
Homebrew stuff.
Yeah.
Very cool. And you guys are based in Chicago area, right?
The area, yeah. Don't talk to Carlos about the suburbs. He'll get grumpy.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you notice I said Chicago area.
Area.
All I know is I can park at my house, so
That's a benefit. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So where are you guys based then? Where is it?
we're in the suburbs, suburb called LaGrange. It's about 13 miles west of the city, so
That's very close.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Relatively. Yes.
close enough.
And when
We
did
claim it except when we're around other Chicago people, because apparently people who live in Chicago have a problem with landmarks. I don't know.
every city kind of has that. I know New York was also the same, where it was like, oh, you're not really in the city if you live on Long Island or something like that.
But
Right.
that seems like true.
Well, I mean, Brooklyn is technically part of the city and on Long Island.
It is.
But Shelley, when you're in like Kigali, Rwanda, and you say I'm from Chicago, and someone else from Chicago says no, you're not, at a table filled with native Rwandans, it's probably not relevant. That's what I'm saying.
Flip that table.
Yeah, that's pretty specific of a of a scenario.
Well, it's because it's a thing that happened to me. But
Yeah.
that's fine. Neither
Hypothetically.
here nor there. But
Now I want to hear the story.
I was in Kigali, Rwanda, and I said I was from Chicago.
And
Somebody else was from Chicago and told me I wasn't from Chicago.
then you flip the
That's-
table.
I didn't. You were the one that brought up table
Oh.
flipping.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go back in time and flip the table.
I will work if the opportunity should ever present itself again. I will
Wow.
fix it.
Chicago's tough.
For you, Shelley.
I'll be in Chicago tomorrow. Like
Really?
Oh,
really
cool.
in Chicago though.
the
Oh,
real
the real
Chicago,
Chicago.
not like
The real Chicago.
The Carlos Luna Chicago, not
Yes.
the Brian Thomas Chicago.
Yes. That'll be in Carlos's Chicago.
Nice. Yeah, we're of course referring to Dungeon Master of Rivals of Waterdeep, also set in Chicago, or at least they stream from Chicago. So
I
that's
think
where
that's
this all
set in
comes from.
Waterdeep, actually, I don't want to be that guy.
Well, yeah, you're right.
So many
Correct. It is
questions.
set in Waterdeep. God, I'm
Don't
getting
keep
corrected
advantage.
left and right. So you guys make gin, right?
Yeah, well, gin and other spirits.
There are spirits in coffee.
Yes,
Be
there
careful,
are.
you might go blind.
There's spirits in this room right now.
So tell us about some of those spirits and/or how you guys started your coffee company, because this
Yes.
is pretty exciting. I love both coffee and Dungeons and Dragons, so someone who put them
Sure.
together is
Take it
pretty
away,
awesome on my book.
Brian.
So I actually a few years ago now was launching a cafe at an office building in Chicago. And then the contract kind of just ran out, and I had all these contacts, and that kind of timed up directly with I started a youth program at one of the local high schools. So every Friday night, it's still going. We play video games, board games, D&D, eat pizza, hang out, and just kind of not stress out about school or making weight, or I don't know what high school kids stress out about these days. But the goal is to
The
not
pimples
make
they
them
have
stress
on their
out.
noses. Yeah.
Right.
Sure. And so the youth program became a 9-month program because it's at the high school. The high school is fortunate enough to have like a venue. Do you remember Saved by the Bell, or are we dating ourselves again?
That was
So-
after my time.
It was
They have a rec hall. They have
It was
a rec
right
I know
in
what
my
it
time.
is.
Sweet. So there's the Max in Saved by the Bell, that like place that hung out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was based off of this venue at the high school that I went.
What?
Oh,
Yeah. So
I didn't know that.
yeah, it's super cool. But it's a 9-month venue because it's at the school. So I was looking for a way to like extend that program. And I decided that if I owned a business with a venue, I could do that. I still don't own a business with a venue, but we're working on getting to
The venue part of it.
the venue part. That's the long-term plan. So yeah, a bunch of kids wanting to play games. That's what started kind of all of this. So, and then like coffee and gaming has always made sense to me as like the same thing.
mm-hmm.
Because my first job in coffee was at this little like community oriented coffee shop, where it wasn't about like getting a cup of coffee. It was about communion and like sitting down with people and having conversations, which has been kind of my ethos for gaming since I guess 20 years ago. So it just kind of fit together in a way that I thought made sense.
That's very cool. I love how you have like a percussive like beat to
Yes. What is-
your conversation too. You're like,
Because he
It's
keeps
like-
Because
talking
I
with his
can't
hands.
keep my hands.
Kind of
I
like
don't know what
spoken
to do.
word.
yeah, which is also very much like coffee shops in general. There you go.
Yeah, beat poetry.
Yep. So but there still seems like there's a bit of a leap here. I have to know that.
Okay.
So, but then how did the coffee happen? It's just, I know that it's,
Well, a couple of things. Like one, I had all these connections in the coffee industry in terms of vendors and stuff. And when I left that job downtown, those vendors were like, "Hey, you should do this on your own." And I said, "Yes, but I don't have $60,000 to build out a cafe." And they said, "Well, just do it smaller." And I said, "Yeah, that makes sense."
So you made
so you just did the coffee part.
Yeah, and I know there are a few things I know a ton about. I know a lot about a few things. I know a little bit about a lot of things. And there are a few things that I know enough about to like bankroll a business off of, and I thought coffee would maybe hopefully be one of them. And so that's kind of where things started
right.
up, I guess. I don't know.
what about you, Latia? How did you get involved?
How did I get involved? It was about a year ago, like a little over a year ago, this past summer. They were advertising a D&D game at a comic book store out here in LaGrange, and I wasn't playing enough D&D.
Mm.
So
It's good
I
that
did
you
not-
recognize that.
Yeah,
the first
I'm
step.
never playing enough D&D, and I decided to join the game. It was my first exposure to Adventures League as well, because all I ever played was like hardbook and homebrew. So hey, it's Bill. He's in chat. Hi, Bill.
Hi, Bill.
Hi, Bill.
So I started gaming with them, and then he told me about the coffee thing. And I used to be a barista I'd say a long time ago. It wasn't a long time ago. It was like 6 years ago. And I was like, okay, this is a thing that I could help you with. And in addition to that, I started DMing for his youth group as well. So every other Monday, I run something for the youth, for the kids. And we just...
Yeah, she got really involved when
Exist.
we cast our show Bard's Tale. So
Oh yeah, I'm also in that.
she was coming every week and a really great player. So I just decided that I wanted her involved, and
I think
she was kind enough to acquiesce to my demands, I guess.
To play more D&D. I mean, that's not
Yeah,
even a demand.
sure.
That's
Of
just
course.
She says that she wasn't playing enough, but she only plays 6 days a week. So
That is a lie.
are you down now?
it's
Yeah.
7 now.
But
No,
maybe
it's
several times
decreased,
a day.
unfortunately.
Nice. Well, when did you, Latia? When did you start playing Dungeons and Dragons? What was your like impetus to get into it?
It was senior year of high school, actually. I had a bunch of friends who had all the 3.5 books, and I saw them and was very overwhelmed because there were a lot of numbers.
Mhm.
But character creation is something that I like in any game that I play. I will spend hours creating characters and not actually playing a game. But so I made a character and we played like 2 games before that friend group dissolved. And then I think it was 5 or so years ago, I walked into another comic book store, Gem Comics in Elmhurst, and they were playing 4th edition. And one of my high school friends was actually running the table. And I was like,
Oh,
well, I want to play. And so I started playing with them. And then, so we played until I moved. And then 5th edition came out, and I bought all the 5th edition things, and then I joined a campaign maybe about 4 years ago, I'll say, because 5th edition is 4 years old now. We started playing Out of the Abyss at
that was fun.
Out of the Abyss was really fun.
That was fun.
I had a tiefling rogue who managed to acquire a pet basilisk.
Oh,
fun times.
Clearly not an AL game.
No, definitely not an AL game. But yeah, that was kind of the evolution, and then that game ended, and I was out of D&D for a little bit until I found you guys. So
nice. Well, that's cool. I like that you
guess.
had like a touchstone for like each of the past editions, and then you were like, all right, now I'm all in with 5th.
Oh man, I am definitely all in. I'm so all in. It's bad how all in I am.
And you said you Dungeon Master too, right?
Yes. I've been DMing for probably about 6 months.
Oh, relatively newish.
Yeah, relatively baby DM, but I'm having a blast. My players are always great and creative, and I'm actually taking these guys through Dragon Heist right now.
Cool.
The youth group? Is that who
No, these
just,
guys.
Oh, these guys. Oh, okay.
Our friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an adult game, so we're playing it like homebrew style, not through Adventures League. So it gets interesting.
Yeah.
To say the least.
That is true. Brian, what about you? When did you first get into Dungeons and Dragons?
Oh, I guess I was 12. It was through some guys that I was in the Scouts with, and one of them had a super nerdy dad who was really into nerdy things, and I was really against it, but eventually they wore down my will and I decided to play, and then it's been pretty nonstop since, I guess. We started with 3rd edition, and then I think I took a break during 4th, just because I was in the middle of grad school and in a new place where I didn't have the time to really put a group together or find one. So I took 2 years away from kind of tabletop, but I came back pretty abruptly and enjoy it.
Abruptly. I like that. You're like, I'm all in all of a sudden again.
Like, I came back to
just
Chicago
barreling through a
where
store.
people I know play, and I just kind of dove in with those people, and it worked out.
And then people just kind of threw books at your head, and that was it.
Yeah, the joke for a long time was all the player group wanted to play 5th Ed, and we were still playing 3.5 because I had 40 supplements. Because your marketing team's on top of things without the 5 books a month. That's better now.
Yeah.
But the joke was that I wasn't gonna change systems until the Ghost of Gary Gygax came and took my books away. And then I played 5th edition one time and said, well, shoot, it's better.
I thought you were going to say like your car got broken into and you lost all your D&D books.
Say, like, you had a spiritual encounter with Gary Gygax.
And the Ghost of Gary Gygax came into
play. Yeah.
I wish that would have been less anticlimactic, maybe. I don't know. But no,
you didn't. I see your GaryCon shirt there. You didn't encounter the Ghost of Gary Gygax then?
No.
Not that he knows.
I mean, maybe I did, but
not that he knows of. All right, yeah.
I encountered a lot of things at GaryCon, I guess. I don't know. No, it was fun. GaryCon's a really cool, kind of smaller but still pretty large event that's really focused on gaming. I had the opportunity to be
going next year. You can't stop.
Yeah,
do it.
We had the opportunity to go to Gen Con and be part of the official streaming crew for Gen Con.
Sweet.
How
did that go?
Great. It was awesome. That's the high school that I do this youth program at has a television station that was just nominated for an Emmy, actually.
No way.
Sports. High school sports programming.
Wow.
Something.
I didn't even know they had Emmys.
Bill's
for
in
that.
chat.
He'll say it.
Clear that up.
Hi, Bill.
But yeah, it's
Clear it up, Bill.
He does ellipses. So we were there, and it was a lot of fun, and we got to experience a lot of different like aspects. It was nice to go from GaryCon to Gen Con and see like the
The difference.
kind of like the very like intimate tabletop focus versus like the big
Yeah, it's one extreme to
Gen
the other.
Con-y focus of Gen Con. I don't know. I guess I thought it would be more of a trade show, and it ended up being a lot more. There was more gaming than I thought there would be at Gen Con. I don't know why I thought there wouldn't be a ton, but I don't know.
It spreads out into the hotels and the lobbies and the anywhere
the
there's
airport.
Yeah, that's true.
The airport.
So when you go to these conventions, I know with Gen Con you said you were part of the streaming, but are you there as a fan, or are you there to promote Initiative Coffee, or both?
And everywhere I go, I'm there to promote Initiative Coffee. I think that's part of owning a small business. But for Gary Con, I ran 40 hours of tables, I think. And then a buddy of mine was with me, and he also ran 40 hours of tables.
Oh my god!
And then, like you just make the best of the opportunities that come around. So, I mean, I enjoy going to conventions like this. So if I can utilize that time I spend promoting a business that is hopefully trying to grow the community, I am excited to do that.
Yeah, like for Gen Con, both myself and Chris, the buddy that we're talking about, we ran some games, some Adventures League games for Contessa, and we kind of promoted Initiative Coffee Company in that, like all the DM bags, we tried to put a coupon in all the DM bags so that people wanted to try the coffee out, we would give them a bit of a discount on that. So
that's cool.
That was really
awesome.
fun. And those DM bags were really, really nice.
Really?
Yeah, they were fantastic. And that was my first time running at a convention, and now I'm running 30 hours at Gamehole Con, so that's going to be fantastic.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, I'll see you there.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
awesome.
cool. Are you guys both coming, or just?
I don't know if I'm going to be there.
Why do you
no.
keep saying that? Just
'Cause
pull
I
the
have
trigger and go.
I have TwitchCon, and then
Yep.
we have Extra Life weekend right after that,
Yep.
and then it's Gamehole Con.
Yes.
Yeah.
You act like you have a family or something.
I know, right?
Greg, I thought you had like this job that was like community director for Dungeons and Dragons or something.
I mean, I could choose to go if I wanted
Bring
to,
the
but it's
family.
very tough. I could
It is,
maybe
could
we'll
be
do
a
that.
family-friendly endeavor for you.
Could I like that? It could. It could.
I don't know your lifestyle.
No, it's more my wife has played Dungeons and Dragons and loves watching it, but doesn't always. I think immersing her in gaming convention, especially one like Gamehole Con, might not be the.
That actually is, I think,
the
is a
deep end.
great place.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I think
It's smaller.
It's smaller, and I think they have a really good kids track.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Because Alex is always talking about Alex Kammer, who runs Gamehole Con, is talking about.
it's like one of the best run conventions from what I've heard. I haven't been, and I'll be there.
That's right. I can just let you babysit my kids.
I was thinking I'd babysit Aaron.
Oh, okay. You can do that. Nice. And you guys can play games together.
Yes.
I dig it.
Okay. Sold
Come to all my tables.
for sure.
Yeah. So you're running 30 hours at Gamehole Con.
Yes.
What are you running?
Actually all CCCs, because since it's my first time running that many hours and I don't want to die, I decided that I would only run like 1 or 2 modules. So I'll be running multiple instances of, I think, 2 modules the entire weekend.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that way.
I wanted to run all of the 8th season Adventures League stuff, but I thought about it and I'm like, that's an awful lot to prep. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So
We
prepping 1 or 2 things for that weekend is better than wanting to do.
Well, that'd be good too, because then you can iterate it. You can iterate on it a couple of times over the weekend. So like by Sunday, you'll be like, all right, I got this down, and I can improvise and have fun with it.
Exactly.
Yeah. We did a bunch for D8 Summit, which is a benefit out in Illinois for pads, and I think I ran 36 hours, and it was 500 pages of prep for all of the modules.
What?
It was a poor decision on my part.
Do not want. That's a lot.
Wow.
So less modules is better.
Yes, I've learned from the example that I wasn't aware you set for me.
Right.
It's just innate within him now.
That's
So,
super cool.
As far as back to the Initiative Coffee Company,
Sure.
how many roasts are there? Is that the right term? Am I using the right terminology?
Yeah.
I'll just
we
drink
have 3 roasts right now.
Okay.
We have Improved Initiative, which was our Flagship Roast, which is a South American blend. We have a roast called Fulgurite, which is a light roast South American blend that's named after our web series, The Bard's Tale. It's inspired by that. And then we have Snickety Snooks, which is a partnership we have with Holly Conrad on Dice Camera Action, where the net profits go to Anxiety Gaming, which is an organization that helps match up gamers with mental health practitioners and facilities.
What? That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a really cool organization. Awesome. It's out of LA, and we've cut 2 checks for them in 2 months, and we're just right around $450 that we've donated to them. That's something we're really proud of, and
That's
really
great.
excited to work with Holly on that. And we're actually talking to another streamer now about doing another benefit roast.
Cool.
A program we're calling the Help Action Coffee program. So,
and what is that?
We're trying to partner with streamers or names in the industry and pick a charity that's important to them.
Okay.
And just do a roast based off of a character or a program that they're on, and then put that money back into the community.
That is so cool.
Nice. Well, we got to do that with you next year for Extra Life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh,
yeah.
That sounds like fun.
Set it up. I'm on board.
So
Nice.
where would people buy the any
Sure,
of
so
them?
you can, so the Snickety Snooks is available at initiativecoffeeco.com/helpaction.
Okay.
And then the other blends are at initiativecoffeeco.com/goodsandwares. Or if people are in Chicago, they can reach out on Facebook or Twitter. Those are the best ways to get a hold of us. Sometimes if people are close, we prefer to do like drop-offs or deliveries instead of like charging people $10 to drive past their house on the way to the post office. That's the best way to get a hold of us. Yep.
And you guys ship everywhere, international?
Domestic right now. We've just been doing, so to put things in perspective a little bit, before we started partnering with Holly, we had 13 total online sales over 2 years of being a business. And we just got our 101st order 2 months after we started partnering with her. Yay! So it's been a little bit of me scrambling to figure out how to package and ship things on the fly.
Yeah.
Over the last 2 months. So we haven't quite worked out international shipping, but domestic, we ship domestically to all 50 states. So
good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, small businesses, it's hard. It's hard out there.
It's
super hard.
Yeah.
But you're doing good work.
It's true.
Yeah.
And
So
I
we do
love
the coffee.
the combo of coffee and gaming. I think that is something that, it's really
so
strong for me.
I guess I organize 3 events a week, and that's a Monday night all ages program, a Friday night youth program, and then a Saturday program that is kind of off and on depending on if school's in session or not, and that kind of stuff. So
that's cool. And Latia, you're running some of those, right?
Yeah.
I am running some of those.
Sweet.
Mostly Mondays because the real life job gets in the way.
Right.
But I would love to run more at some point. So,
And people can find out about that on the website too? Or is that a separate program?
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. They should be able to find out about that on
get
the
on
website.
that, Brian.
But I'm not a great business owner, so soon.
But you're a great
be able
coffee
to find out
roaster.
about that on the website is the goal. So, yeah.
All right. Well, okay. Well, it will be up there soon.
soon, I guess. I'll work on that today and tomorrow, and then by Wednesday, we'll have a schedule posted.
All right. I'll hold you to that. Well, that's awesome.
A
By the
little
time
grace period.
people listen to this on the podcast form, it'll be there.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
I actually want to thank you for kind of pushing us off a week or so because we were supposed to go on the week after R.A. Salvatore, the multiple-time bestseller and guy who invented the Forgotten Realms. And I feel much more comfortable following Vacant from last week than I did following R.A. Salvatore. So thank you for that.
No problem. No problem. We'll next time we'll have a bigger lead in for you.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah. So we're doing programming, we're doing coffee, and we're just trying to make a go of it.
Sure. Are you guys a fan of Bob's books?
Yes, they're very consumable books. I like that about them.
I've only read the first Drizzt book.
Right.
And I need to read more of them.
Sure.
But reading is hard to fit into my life right now.
That is so true. I used to, well, I mean, you guys live in a city, so maybe you don't have any excuses. But when I lived in New York, that's when I did the most reading was on the subway, commuting from to and fro, right? And now
that would be nice.
I can only listen to something. I can listen to books, but I
Right.
prefer doing that in podcast form.
Right. And I have so many audiobooks, but the podcasts are just, I have to catch up on the podcasts.
Yeah.
And then there's no time for the books.
They'll take you in those podcasts and they won't let go.
Exactly.
What are you listening to now? Any D&D ones?
I need to catch up on Rivals of Waterdeep.
Yeah.
But mostly it's non-D&D programming because I watch so much D&D programming.
Probably good. Have a
Yes,
balance.
I watch the D&D, I listen to the non-D&D and the books and try and find somewhere to sleep in between it.
Those are good. Those are good goals.
Yep.
Nice. Well, I'm gonna queue up something here for Shelley. Since before we started recording, you did say that you enjoyed something that
that's so sweet.
one of the two of us made. I'm not sure who it was.
Yes, somewhere between my 3.5 and 4th edition expeditions, I came across Shelley's book, Confessions of a Part-Time Sorceress.
God.
And because I was working at Barnes & Noble at the time.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Convenient.
I found it, I bought it, I read it. It's still on my bookshelf. And
Oh, really?
oh yeah, I have a physical copy. So you're going to have to sign it for me.
I was going to
at
say,
Gamehole.
bring it to Gamehole Con.
I will bring it to Gamehole
All
Con.
right.
Please sign it for me.
I will find you one of the promotional pink dice that we were giving away at launch. I'm sure I can find one. And a little Confessions dice bag.
Oh, that's
adorable.
awesome.
It's a
You're like,
date.
I've been holding on to that swag.
I knew somebody would want it one day.
We should
Good
make
job,
new
Greg.
swag. Yeah.
Yes, we should.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So, do you only play sorcerers now, Lydia?
No, I run the full gamut of classes, but I play almost exclusively tieflings, as my Twitter handle
I
will.
played a tiefling
will
for a long
testify.
time.
Yeah, I love the tieflings.
I like them too.
What do you like about them?
Misunderstood.
I was asking
Not-
Lydia,
not-
our
not-
guest,
not
but
even.
Shelley, if you want to keep cutting in, that's fine.
Not even. I just think that they're very cool looking because they have horns and tails and can come in a vast range of colors.
And that.
That too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I dig them. That's part. I like the playing against type too, where you can be like, all right, they have this
Of
dark
course.
heritage, but then they don't necessarily always. It's kind of like a Drizzt as well.
Absolutely. Like my character in The Bard's Tale, her name is Lotus. She's a purple tiefling that she's a bard, but she's more of like a dancer. Like I know I told you guys that I'm a hula hoop dancer, so she's kind of based off of she's kind of based off of me. Like she's probably as self-inserty as I can get with a character.
That's cool. Yeah, I forgot about the hoops.
Yes.
That is the videos that you have posted are amazing.
Thank you. It takes you wouldn't believe how many videos there are for the ones I don't post.
I can, because
And-
I've done those, and I'm like, oh, I don't know how people
No.
are able to make it move the way it moves, and
But,
you
yeah.
So
wanna-
how?
magic.
Magic.
It
It's
must be.
absolutely magic. Yeah. I'm actually, once we're finished here, I have a class to teach later tonight.
Oh.
So straight from real life to D&D to second. Well, I guess I don't count that as a real life job because it's what I love to do.
That's right.
You teach hula hoop dancing?
I do. Yes.
So anyone can learn this? Or do you just
Anyone?
have people that you're
Nope.
like, oh, honey,
Anyone
here's
can
your
learn the
money
hula
back.
hoop. I have taught so many people who don't think that they can hula hoop to hula hoop.
I don't think I can hula hoop.
I want to take
think
that
you can
class.
hula hoop.
I want to
think you
take it
can hula
too.
hoop. Well, maybe I'll bring my big hula hoop to the game. And in the safety and privacy of some some corner.
Some
I'll
giant
teach you how to hula
convention
hoop.
center.
Yeah.
If Greg goes, I'll do it.
All right.
You have to go to Gamehole Con.
Now I have to. That's it. Well, I'm committing to learn the hoops.
Yeah.
I can do it.
Is it possible that Wizards of the Coast needs a professional massage therapist /
yeah.
hula hoop instructor on staff?
Well,
Is that something that
1000%, yes.
and the barista and dungeon mastering skills rolled
Right.
into one.
I'll just fly out to Seattle tomorrow. I'll see you later, Brian.
It's going to be a
it'll be tough
long
to replace
audition,
you, but-
interview process.
That's
We're all-
okay.
you're gonna
I
to keep
have the
massaging.
Constitution. I have the
Nice.
Constitution for it.
We're gonna
So
need
is your
another 60-minute
character?
massage.
Does your character incorporate the hoops into it, or just more of the dancing stuff?
She has a set of fans. I spin fans also that she hasn't gotten a chance to use yet.
Mm.
But when I figure out a way to make a hula hoop weapon that's like not quite a chakram, so something a bit bigger than a chakram, if I can figure out how to make that a viable weapon in Dungeons & Dragons, she will probably have one.
That is so cool. I would really,
I also feel like it could be like kind of a shield or something. Like as long as you have the hula hoop.
Hey, as long as the hoop is going, you have
You're
+2 to your
protected
armor
by it
class
or
or something.
Oh yeah, like Thor's hammer going around and around and around.
Mhm.
Yeah, just
Oh.
like it kind of just casts a protective shield over you.
Oh, I like that too.
And
See, it's
also-
magic. You don't need it. You don't need to have like a real way for it to cause damage. Be like,
Exactly.
It
It's
just
magic.
protects you.
it's happening.
We're crafting magic items here right around the fly.
Nice. Well, I mean, I think the coffee also should have like give advantage on the athletics rolls or something.
Yeah.
We have
Speed.
so one of the characters in the Bard's Tale is he's a cook, and I have incorporated culinary arts into benefits for characters. So coffee specifically hasn't come up, but like I'm bad at giving advantage because I'm as good a DM as I am a business owner, apparently.
You're a great DM. Stop it.
You're much better as a DM.
But all right, that's fair. But I've incorporated some of the recipes and the cooking rolls and stuff into mechanical advantages to in our homebrew setting. So
I dig
Yep.
that.
yeah.
It's awesome.
So do you have more roasts coming out? Are you thinking or
So
sticking
we're
with it?
talking to another streamer right now about a second
to do the
help action
benefit.
program roast, which I can't really talk about who that is, but I
Greg
will
Tito.
say that the God, I wish. I will
can
say
make
that the
that happen.
benefit is for 826LA, so maybe that'll give you
Oh, okay. So
as
it's
to who the network is. at
it's those
least.
guys.
But,
I know that
it's those guys
from the last interview we did.
Oh, all right.
Those guys from that one thing that
Those
they
guys from that one thing that
Yeah.
they do that support that organization. But that's still kind of in the works. I would expect that's going to go up, hopefully in line with some programming that comes out. So I would expect maybe the next month or two we'll have another help action roast going.
Sweet.
Ideally, I'd like to see the help action program have a full line of products. So
I think
if
it's
I
great.
if I have to cut checks to 15 501c3s a month, I'm excited to do it.
Yeah.
But Holly was great to start with and was really supportive of the program. And
Yeah, and I love that it's benefiting anxiety and
I do
gaming,
too.
right? Because that's such a huge part of our world right now.
That's why
with-
a lot of people get into gaming.
Yeah, I think every once in a while people are what are the factors that have, why Dungeons and Dragons is on everyone's tip of everyone's tongue, and I think it has to do with all the great stuff you guys have been saying about getting into 5th edition, but it has a lot to do with all the other stuff too that's going on, and people have this escape into an anxious free activity.
Mm-hmm. That's really what we're trying to push through our programming here in the suburbs, is really focus on, especially with the youth programming, giving kids a place to come and not be worried about sports or class or whatever else. So,
and I love what you said at the beginning of this interview, that it was like coffee and going to coffee shops was this community that was around coffee and that type of thing, but it was also around gaming. And I have this fond memory. I don't even remember the name of the coffee shop that was in my hometown. It was next to the indie movie theater downtown that we would go to, mostly because it was a place that I could play chess with my friend and a public thing. So we would go and
nerdy. I love it.
we would drink coffee and play chess.
Wait, how old are you?
It was probably middle school.
You drank coffee in middle school?
I did drink a lot of coffee in middle school.
Oh my God. Did you have elbow patches on your jackets?
I have those now.
Well, now. You did too?
You're outnumbered. All three of us
Really?
were like,
Yeah.
Actually, I did not like coffee and did not drink it until I moved to Seattle.
Really?
Yep.
It was the
I
Seattle
didn't even
coffee
like coffee
scene.
flavored. Yes, I
I
kind of
guess
eased
I guess
into
if
it
you're
with
gonna-
like a mocha and then some
If
kind
you're
of
gonna
flavored
jump
coffee.
into coffee, Seattle's the place to do it.
And now it's just
It's true.
straight up black coffee,
Everywhere.
and I love it.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing until I moved here. But like, yeah, there's like little espresso shacks on every route, and that's
People can't go
because it
for
was the
long.
loggers. It was the loggers who were like driving trucks with lots of logs on them would stop by these things, and that's where that whole thing came from.
The
I'm sure you guys knew
the
that,
little drive-through.
but I'm telling you
I-
that for
I
our
didn't,
listeners.
But that's exciting.
I didn't know that, but I feel like you should have known that.
I feel like I should.
Again, Brian, failing.
Just weave it into your dungeon mastering. Forget about the business part. We'll just read it.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, but I mean, again, yeah, community and coffee kind of goes together with me. So I think that's a
Yes.
perfect combination of what you guys are doing.
Actually,
I
one
think
of my
I think
favorite
anytime we can take a minute to kind of sit down and have conversations with each other is a good thing.
face-to-face.
And so I think D&D is like the rules are a mechanical framework to have that conversation, but I think the conversation is what's important. So
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Uptown Espresso
Yeah.
in West Seattle.
Yeah.
It's one of the best game shops, places to play games and buy games
Yeah.
I've ever been to.
It's true.
It's a coffee place.
you guys go to Mox all the time, right?
Mox,
Sometimes, yeah.
But I go to
Right.
Uptown Espresso mostly because it's right in my neighborhood.
All right. Well, I guess.
Yeah. The two Moxes are.
But the Moxes are good too.
I mean, clearly, that's in the suburbs of Seattle. We don't go to those places.
Bellevue and
Ballard.
I've never
Ballard.
been to Seattle. I can't comment on
Oh,
it.
you should. You should come.
Yep, you're invited.
you should fly us out. We'll
Yeah.
be happy. To
Okay.
We'll do it up.
We'll do this in person. next
I'll
time.
get
Right,
there.
it'll be
I'll
great.
get there to Seattle one day.
Nice.
Lots
Well,
of game conventions.
and I actually know a person here who's into coffee almost as much as you guys are. So maybe I could hook you guys up. She runs a whole bunch of like high end. She wants to do like go to weddings and be like, I'll have the espresso at your wedding and like go
Oh.
and do that for people.
Actually, just started doing weddings. That would be a very nice person to talk to.
Yeah.
Set me up with that person.
Absolutely, will do. Yeah, she's awesome.
Making connections.
Making
Greg Devo.
connections here on the
Making it
line.
happen.
Well,
Very excited.
we talked about all the places you could get it on the website, but why don't you go through all of your contact information where people can find out more about what you guys are doing?
Sure. Yeah. Actually, the best way to get a hold of us or to figure out what we're doing these days, we just launched a morning live show on our Twitch channel on Monday
sweet.
mornings.
That's awesome.
It's at 9 a.m. Central, so 7 a.m.
Pacific.
You.
I'll be watching the the videos of that. Yeah, it's not live.
Yeah. It's called Rise and Roll, and we do.
That's love it.
We talk about some Kickstarters that are coming up. We talk about kind of what's going on both in my brand, and then I partner with Bill Allen of Bill Allen World.
Hey,
Who
Bill.
does a program called D&D with high school kids that's starting to get some traction. And so we talk about what's going on there. And then we have what we've branded Table Topics. So we pick a topic every week and kind of go into that, which the last 2 weeks have been depressing because there's been nonsense going on in our community, unfortunately. But
Yes.
we're just going to gloss over it and focus
And-
on all the good things that are going to happen.
And that's on our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Initiative Coffee Co.
And then we post to YouTube afterwards. So that's the best way to find out all of the things. But you can also find us on Twitter at Init Coffee Co. You can find us on Instagram at Initiative Coffee Co. Facebook at Initiative Coffee Co. And then check out The Bard's Tale. And then we're starting a new program and season 3 of The Bard's Tale at the end of this month. So
Yay.
Nice.
Season 3. Wow.
Yeah.
yeah,
Awesome.
We filmed this Saturday.
we film. Yeah, we'll film live to Twitch on Saturday for the
Oh,
opener
that's
of
right.
season
It
3.
will be live.
And then we'll cut it up and put it to YouTube over the course of some weeks. But
Good stuff.
Yep.
What about you, Latia? Where can people find you?
You can find me talking about anything, almost anything and everything on Twitter at twitter.com/LMTiefling. It stands for licensed massage tiefling.
Oh my
Nice.
God, that is great.
I actually am also starting to start my own massage therapy business called Short Rest Massage.
Oh, leaning
Whoa.
in. Leaning in.
Yeah.
Awesome name.
Yeah, it's just about everywhere at Take a Short Rest. All of
Okay.
my massages are vaguely D&D themed. Like you
What?
can get like, yeah, there's
Like instead of hot stones, it's like D20s.
sure.
The sound effect comes with it.
Yeah, the sound of dice rolling across your back.
Yes, that's what I imagine it would
Oh,
sound
so
like.
nice.
But no, it's like I want to primarily focus on doing chair massage at conventions. So like a 15-minute chair massage would be like a lesser restoration or a revivify or something like that. So it's gaining a little bit, mostly private clients now and stuff like that. But eventually I do want to get to conventions and start working on that. So that's what I'm doing when I'm not helping him out with the coffee.
That's awesome. That's super smart. I think a lot of gaming convention folks would appreciate.
Yes,
Yeah.
it started, the idea kind of first formed when I went to Gen Con 50 last year, and they had a company come out and do chair massages, and I was like, I could do that.
Yeah.
So then it just kind of like started snowballing, and then when I went to Gen Con again this year, I was like, I have a name. And then
I have a name.
And then it just kind of like built from there, like just kind of figuring out, what I would name everything and getting a logo and everything. It's kind of been just kind of like a thing that I've just kind of been working on in my spare time.
Right.
But
That spare time.
yeah, or whatever spare time that is. Yeah, that's just kind of what I've been doing. So if you're ever in the Chicagoland area, hit me up on Twitter.
Tomorrow.
And
Tomorrow.
I'll
As
bring
it
my
turns
chair.
out.
I have my own supplies and everything, so I can bring a chair, bring a table to wherever you
Nice.
are.
And you can recharge all of your spells,
Exactly.
attune to your
Recharge
magic
your-
items.
Oh, you got to use some of that. Yeah.
Tito's doing my advertising for me.
This is good.
There are worse people.
What we
than
need
that
is like
around
a
for.
condition that gamers get that, like with like people, there's, what is
Like
it?
a
Like,
level of exhaustion. Or,
yeah. Or like, like, oh, all that like dice rolling really like messes with your wrist or something. Like you
Oh,
have
it's
to
like-
invent some kind of condition that us gamers are prone to
Just
and then be like,
Y2K virus,
I'm
the
here.
whole situation.
Here's the condition. Here's the cure. Short rest
Exactly.
massage.
Nice.
Exactly.
I dig it.
I'm really glad that I talked to you guys about that.
We fully support coffee and massages.
And I love that.
Absolutely.
I love that the theme of this interview too is like small businesses of nerds taking over the world.
I know. It makes me
Exactly.
wonder, like, how many other
Exactly.
My
small
small coffee
businesses out
Yeah.
there?
And
Right?
I do try to cater to the issues that a lot of gamers focus on. We're hunched over our computers,
Right.
and we're painting our minis, so all the wrist stuff and the shoulder
See?
stuff. So
There's
that's
the
kind of my
condition.
specialty. Yeah. No, so you want to get the thumb in there too.
Oh, okay, good. Good to
yeah.
know.
That way all the muscles are stretched.
The
Yes.
stretch. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes. Wonderful.
right.
Wonderful. A+ form.
You're already helping out.
Yep. You should maybe have like a list of stretches before you sit down for a marathon gaming session. Like here's some,
Oh.
they tell you what
Yes.
to do like on airplanes when you're on a long flight.
By the way, Shelly does consulting for marketing of massage small businesses. If
I
you
am
want to.
really inspired right now.
I know, you really
It
were.
might be because I've been huffing this coffee for like an hour. But
This coffee creates ideas. It's amazing.
So you
It
It's
removes 2 levels of
inspirational.
exhaustion.
Yeah.
you get your massage and then you have a cup of coffee afterwards.
I
and
know it
everything.
sounds amazing.
Go, go, go. I dig it.
Yeah,
All
I just
right.
want to real quick thank you for you guys helped us out with that raffle last month, and you sent us way more than we ever could have.
No problem.
It was great.
It was awesome.
I wish
Yeah.
more than 2 of the coffee mugs came
Six
unbroken.
Oh,
Six of them
no.
were unbroken.
we
It was
salvaged
fine.
6.
I don't usually like to blame people, but I'm going to totally blame Pelham on that one. Throwing him under the bus.
Wow.
Sorry, Pelham.
Wow.
It was mostly the FedEx person. All right. I will just,
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
We'll do that. But that's
It's
awesome,
also
and
named
thank
Pelham.
you for gifting us with these bags of coffee. I can't wait now. I would holding them until this interview to
Now
consume
you
them.
can crack them open.
And we loved meeting you at Origins, and that was fantastic too. So you guys are doing good work.
Yep. You
We
really
hope
are.
so.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thank you, and
Thank you.
everybody go get some coffee and massages.
It makes a great gift for the holidays.
See, you're already,
working on
you're
a
still
gift card.
working. She's still working
I'm
on
so
it.
inspired.
This is free PR, right?
Oh.
After.
Thanks, you guys.
It does smell
Have a
good.
No
good one.
problem.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Thank you. Bye.
It really does smell good.
It really does smell good. It's delicious. So Twitch folks, how are you doing? Thank you for listening to that interview. We should do our intros and outros. You want to just do those right now? You want to bang them out?
Yep.
All right.
Let's do it.
Do you need to take a break or anything?
Yeah.
No?
I'm a professional.
You're a professional.
And I'm high on coffee.
Sweet.
Woo!
That wasn't even coffee you were drinking. That was straight up.
Watch. Look at how good I am at.
You know, I went to Ithaca College for acting. With sound effects too? You can act and do your own sound effects?
Oh, I forgot the dice on skin.
That's not what it sounds like.
Have you rolled dice on your skin?
Yeah. I mean, it would sound like... All right. I don't think it does that.
Actually,
it does. I'm going to roll it on my skin now.
actually, it sounds exactly like that.
That's the plastic.
That's what it sounds like. Sorry.
All right. You're a pro. So we are going to record the intros and outros. You guys got a sneak peek of that last week when we recorded them for the last few episodes.
Oh,
so
yeah, that was fascinating.
that's all we did.
Fascinating
on the
content.
It was fascinating content.
Yep.
You got to see the
Yep.
sausage get made. So we're going to do that again right about now. You ready? You feeling it?
Ready.
Welcome to Dragon Talk,
Dragon Talk.
the official Dungeons and Dragons podcast.
Hi.
Hi, I'm
Oh.
Greg.
Oh.
Hi. Hey, I'm Greg.
Who are you?
What's your name?
Shelley.
Hello, Shelley Mazanoble.
Hi, Greg Tito.
How are you doing today?
Great. How are you?
We are jazzed because there is coffee in the air.
Yes.
It is improved.
Delicious initiative coffee.
It is so good. We ran into Brian from the Initiative Coffee Company
Yes.
at Origins.
Yes.
Right? All the way back in June.
All the way back in June.
And he gave us a packet of coffee to try. And I was
Yep.
like, yeah, sure, I'll try this. And it was so good.
And it was delicious.
And I love that they were, gamers who were jumping into coffee. Coffee is a big part of my life. I
Mine
drink
too.
a lot of it.
Me too.
That's why I like making these huge D&D mugs that can hold 20 ounces of it at a
More
time.
coffee.
I will sometimes have 3 of these in a day. This is one of those days where this is my 3rd.
How do you feel?
Pretty happy.
Ah!
Go, go, go.
Can
Buzz,
you
buzz,
sleep?
buzz.
Are you one of those people that's like, can't have coffee after 3 because I'll be awake all
No,
night?
I pretty much have coffee all the time.
I can have coffee like while I'm sleeping.
I
and it would not.
often wake up, brew a cup, drink it down, and then go back to
Like,
bed.
I love a nice cup of coffee in the evening. It's just delicious.
It is.
And
very
it
good.
does not keep me awake.
It may make me like key up like another hour more than usual, but that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah, and it is synonymous with gaming for me.
Yes.
It really is.
I do enjoy the sounds of milk being steamed
Oh my
in the
God,
background
really
when I play board games. I love it. I like the sounds of a... Pelham, we could totally see you, by the way.
We're in the middle of our intro, and he just cuts
just
out
laughed.
right
He
in the
just-
middle of it.
He just laughed.
He just
He's
yeah. He
just like,
rolled
"I'm
his
out."
stealth check. It was
out.
very good, and he failed.
But yeah, at the coffee place where Quinn and I like to go play board games.
Yeah.
It's just like the soundtrack of our Saturday. I just like it.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dig that. And there is the sense of community. So
Yes,
we
very much.
speak to 2 amazing people creating coffee for the Initiative
Yes.
Coffee Company in the Chicagoland area,
Yep.
Latia and Brian,
Who are doing great things
They're doing
with
great
coffee
things. Great
and
things.
supporting other gamers, which
and
is pretty amazing.
other things such as
Hula hooping
hula hooping and dungeon mastering.
for kids
Yeah,
and adults.
yeah.
But I think the kid stuff is cool.
5 or 6 nights a week playing Dungeons and Dragons.
of D&D.
That's good stuff. They've got plans for conventions coming up and for even more
What is going on?
fun, amazing things. So
Wait, hurry up and
we
talk
can't
about
wait.
D&D. D&D. We love D&D.
I do love D&D. It's really good.
Nathan just walked in, so we're just going to pretend.
We have to make sure that we're really doing it for reals now.
Oh, yeah. So this is Dragon Dog. We're very professional.
always professional. That's our bread and butter.
What's he doing here?
Nothing.
Okay.
He's not. I think he's listening and looking at us strangely, as are Brian and Latia. They're also looking at us. Hi.
Look at that guy.
So that's going to be the interview that we're going to talk to
Yep.
them today. We also have a wonderful segment.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, of course. We do. I'm not going to... Yes, I do know exactly what it is. It is going to be about the apprentices of Aleister Blackcloak. We'll learn all about those.
Oh, that will be fun.
Yeah.
I would do that.
Yeah, right. Some of them might be under there in Undermountain still.
Like, okay.
Like what?
Because they want to be?
Maybe. I don't know. You have to listen to the segment to find out.
I
Yeah.
I
But
always do.
in the meantime, let's. What are some other things that are? You have a few games coming out.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Right around the corner.
Right.
Axis and Allies and Zombies.
It's going to be in people's hands very soon.
October 26th.
You got to show it in front of some very dedicated D&D. I'm sorry, Axis and Allies fans.
Some of them were dedicated D&D
They're
fans.
ANA and D&D fans.
Yeah, from our local meetup chapter, the Puget Sound meetup group. But actually, they came as far as Canada.
Some of the members came from as far
Canada
as
to
Canada.
come play with us here at Wizards, and they really liked it.
They dug it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really did.
Sweet.
It's different enough to make it feel like a fresh new game, but also if it's definitely still Axis and Allies.
Yeah. The zombies make it totally a wild card almost in a way.
Totally.
You're not sure what's going to happen.
And it's just fun to listen to them just try to figure out what the strategy is. And because the zombie minis stand out a lot on the board because they're just this kind of weird, just greenish color.
Yeah.
Walking around and just seeing like, oh, yeah, this isn't looking good. Oh, they're doing a pretty good job keeping them at bay. Or just like you can see the different types of strategies. Some people just go and try to kill the zombies immediately, and some just let them fester. Bless you.
Thank you. I love the components in that game, how there's like the bloody stained IPC certificates, the money.
It's very dirty and apocalyptic.
Yeah, it feels like a Axis and Allies game, a World War II game would be if it had this twinge of horror to it, you know, with the zombies.
Yes.
I dig it.
Good.
You've got this other game that is straight up horror coming out, more gothic horror.
Betrayal Legacy.
That looks so fun.
We will crack it open soon.
Yeah, we will have to.
This past week, I was in Salem, Massachusetts.
Did you get scared?
I tried. I tried really hard to scare myself, and I just couldn't.
No? You're too cynical now?
Salem was it's a really cute little town.
It is a cute town.
That's like your old stomping grounds?
Yeah.
Did you
actually,
ever go there?
I went there most recently for a friend of mine who got married there.
In Salem?
Yeah, in the
Is your
summertime.
friend a witch?
She is now.
Okay, good.
Yeah, because of the ceremony we performed.
Right.
Yes.
That's what I was hoping would happen to me.
You
I wanted to find my coven.
You didn't find your coven?
I even walked alone. I'm just like, maybe they'll just find. Maybe they were scared because
You even
I
had a
was
sign
with
out
other
that was
people.
like, "Hey, covens,
Coven wanted.
witch available for covening."
Hello.
Nothing?
But no. But I went there with Rob.
Yeah, because that's his stomping ground, isn't it?
Yep. And we invited some media partners to come play the game.
And by Rob, we mean Bob. Bob Davio.
Rob Davio.
The designer
He's
of
the designer.
many things,
And
including
we
Betrayal
went
Legacy.
to a haunted hotel and rented a suite. And it was sweet. And we had lots of food and drinks and some media partners and Rob who walked them through part of the game. They got to play it. And it is, you know what? It's really fun listening to this game. People get really role play all of a sudden.
Really?
They're just like, oh, I am this character. It is 1666 and I am on a homestead and I'm going to do terrible things.
Hark.
And they just got really excited about naming their family and creating this history. And it's wild and
Sweet.
fun. And the prologue that you play is like, it just blows your mind. Do you know it? Have I spoiled anything?
I know very little.
Okay, good.
Very little. I know nothing. So I'm excited to crack it open and get my
And
first
it's beautiful.
And
It's a really beautiful.
And you play as one family over the course of 16
You're
scenarios?
different
Or
members of the
13
same
scenarios.
family.
13.
There is a prologue and 13. Wow. 13 chapters.
That's good that you chose
It
13.
goes right, obviously,
Dark.
on purpose. That's why we have a prologue. Otherwise, it would have been 14.
No, that's
That's
weird.
not scary. But it goes from 1666 to 2004.
Sweet.
And one of the characters, her name was Edna. That's what
But
they
it's not
named her.
anymore?
Well, that's what this person named.
Oh.
And he was playing Edna in 1666. And then it's like, 25 years later, he decided to be Edna, just 25 years older.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was actually because she was very developed in this first game.
So they wanted
Everybody
to
got
keep going
very
with
connected to her.
Oh,
and then
that's cute.
Yeah.
That's great. That's my daughter, Edna. She's in the game. I can't wait to tell her.
Well, if you can name her what I don't think you'd want this Edna's in the game's fate to be
Probably
your
not.
Edna's
Probably
fate.
not. But that's one of her favorite things is to create characters and name them and have all that thing. So
That is
I
one
would
of
be
my
very
favorite things.
Yeah. And so I can't wait for those to come out. And then we also have Dungeon Mayhem.
Dungeon Mayhem.
That is
It's crazy.
2 to 4 player card game.
Her
Very
ages 8
easy
and up.
to jump into. Super easy to learn.
Get
the
your
game.
kids in there.
Get your kids
Teach
in.
them all about magic missiles.
Very iconic artwork by Kyle Farron.
Yep.
And you can play as one of 4 characters: the rogue, paladin, barbarian, and wizard. That's right. And they're all pretty cool.
And they're wonderful. And you will learn this game in 2 minutes, and you will play it in 5, and you will keep playing it, and keep playing it, and keep playing it.
It's got that depth. It really does have that strategic depth. But it's also a party game because you can kind of like team up and go against someone.
That happens.
It happens.
It happens until they change
And then you
minds.
get mayhemmed.
And it's all the mayhem. It's going to be a fun holiday game. I'm going to play it with my family, too.
That's coming out November 16th.
Mm-hmm.
When is Legacy out?
The 9th,
Betrayal
November 9th.
Legacy is November 9th.
Yes.
And X's and Allies and Zombies.
October 26th.
October 26th.
Boom, boom, boom.
All right. So that's just the board card game side of things.
My God. And then D&D has...
Yeah.
You're gonna be spending a lot of time in
So
the
Waterdeep
game
Dragon
shops.
Heist is out now. It's amazing. It's set in the city of Waterdeep, and you will enjoy it very much because it's great at urban storytelling. You can basically just be in the world of a metropolis that's fantasy tinged and solve some problems, meet some people.
And have some job.
And create your own. Oh, see, I forgot to mention that in our interview, but I was like, oh, that's kind of a cool thing with Waterdeep is that you start a small business.
I know.
In Waterdeep Dragon Heist. And the 2 folks that we speak to, Brian and Latia, are also small business owners. So there you go.
Is it real life? Is it role playing?
It's all the same. So that is out everywhere now. And then the kind of next evolution of that storyline, not necessarily the sequel, but it's Waterdeep Dungeon of the Mad Mage, which is all about what's happening below the city of Waterdeep.
You never know.
In the dungeon, mega dungeon, I can call it that, of Undermountain. That's all ruled by Halaster Blackcloak. He is a nefarious, not necessarily completely there with it type of individual.
Why would you want to be his apprentice?
Power.
Are you a bad person?
He might be. But they all came down with him when he was not quite so tainted. There was 8. You'll have to listen to the segment to learn more about this.
Okay.
But they are now still there with him. And it's 23 levels of Undermountain, all detailed in Dungeon of the Mad Mage, including the settlement of Skullport and all the nefarious goings-on that happen there. Pretty in-depth type stuff. It takes you from levels 6 to level 20. You can get up there, and it's like I said, the perfect, coda to what's happening with your characters in Waterdeep Dragon Heist.
Okay.
That'll be out on November 2nd in all game stores, and on a wide release everywhere, November 13th. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Guess what else is coming?
Ravnica.
That's right, Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. That is the first major product that combines the lore and mechanics of Dungeons & Dragons and Magic the Gathering into one.
Hooray.
Hooray it is. You can play as any one of the 10 guilds that rule the urban plane of Ravnica. There's tons of them. We spoke to Ari Levitch, who is on the Dungeons & Dragons team, but used to be on the Magic team, about 4 of those guilds for previous Lore You Should Know segments. So look into those, and there will be more coming.
Okay.
And yeah, you can play as one of those guild members doing stuff for your guild master, solving problems, creating havoc, whatever
kind of employee you are.
Or what kind of, role-playing, a character you end up choosing.
Okay.
So that's good stuff. It has everything that you need to play Dungeons & Dragons within the world of Ravnica in that one book. So you can create characters. You can use it as a bestiary. They'll be able to take monsters in there. There's an introductory adventure set in Ravnica. All the stuff that you need, all the setting, everything, one book. Awesome.
Love it.
We also have...
We got some good stocking stuffers.
We got some good stocking stuffers.
Right?
The ABCs and 1, 2, 3s of D&D.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Those are awesome. Those are coming November 13th. Ivan Van Norman wrote those children's books, illustrated by Caleb Cleveland, and lots of fun rhyming couplets that you can read to
I think I'm going to read
kids.
that one to Quinn's class.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, my daughter asked me if I would talk in her class about what I do, and I'm like, she's like, you kind of have a cool job, right, Dad? I'm like, yes, I do.
Edna or Fiona?
Edna.
Seriously?
I was like, I'm going to beat all those firemen, and I'm going to talk about games.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So that'll be cool.
D&D saves people too.
And maybe I'll bring in copies of this book for them to share.
There you go.
We also have core rulebook sets coming out. So the core rulebooks are the Monster Manual, the Dungeon Master's Guide, the Player's Handbook, and the Dungeon Master's Screen.
Whoa.
All come in this one cardboard slipcase. Clace?
Clace?
Slipcase.
It's a slipcase.
That's a really cool band called Slipcase.
Yep.
And
It's a technical term.
people
You have
in
to work
the publishing
in
biz,
production.
they know it.
Yeah.
That's really great. Those are really cool. And there's not only going to be the standard cover version, there's going to be an alternate cover version that's created by Hydro 74, and those look fantabulous.
I'm going to give them to people for the holidays.
You should.
I already know
Those are
3
perfect.
people who are going to get those.
Yeah. The Hobby Store exclusive covers should be available on November 9th, and the other ones will be available everywhere.
So you
on
can
November
pick
20th.
that up when you're already in the store picking up Betrayal Legacy.
For reals. We also have Extra Life going on. November 3rd, Shelly's going to be playing live
First time for me.
Dungeons and Dragons.
I had to name my own character.
Yeah?
I will change it if somebody would like to purchase that incentive.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that.
I'm just saying.
Where can they do that?
Still there. At my Extra Life page.
What's the address to that?
How do I know?
I don't know. Just search for Shelly
Go to
Mazzanoble
Extra Life.
and Extra Life.
Oh, it's on my Twitter
It's in your Twitter.
because I just posted about it.
At Shelly Moo. Go there. Put it in your profile page. People will find it.
Yep.
And that's awesome.
And you have an Extra Life
I
page too.
I'll be playing as part of Clerical Error, which is on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Pacific time. We'll be doing that on, I think, November 7th is when our game is scheduled for in support of Extra Life. Dungeon Master Lauren Urban has tons of awesome stuff that you can do, including donating. I think it's $25, and you can write an event that happens in Waterdeep that's 25 words or less, and you can get it in there. I'm not sure of the dollar amount; it might be higher.
I
than
might
that.
do that.
But it's super cool. I love that idea. Then she'll roll on a wild magic table, except it'll be like wild happenings in Waterdeep. So great way to get in some creativity into the game. And it's all to benefit the Seattle Children's Hospital or any hospital within the Children's Miracle Network. We do most of our donations toward the Seattle one, which I went to recently and was awesome.
Yeah.
Good
I mean,
stuff.
it's like, I'm glad it was awesome. Sorry you were there, but glad it was awesome.
Yeah. Nobody wants their kid to be sick or injured in any way, but if they are going to be, it's great to have
a great place.
a place like that.
They really are top of the line.
They're so kind. They're so just appreciative.
There's just a big difference between treating adults and treating children.
Well,
Obviously.
I want to be treated like a child. Can most
got
hospitals
ice cream.
have those nice people
I
in
didn't get ice cream.
it? No. Or popsicle.
They gave him a little medicine and ice cream, and he was just like super high eating his ice cream. It was like the cutest, saddest thing I ever saw.
He was a little woo.
Yeah, he was. But he had ice cream and he didn't care.
Poor Queenie. Well, I think that's about all I can pack into this, but there is
That's a
lots of
lot.
stuff going on
That's
at
a lot.
TwitchCon at the end of this month, at the end of October.
You'll be there.
October 26th, 27th, and 28th. We'll be broadcasting live from the Dungeons & Dragons and Magic the Gathering Arena booth on the show floor.
Cool.
It'll be nonstop. Tons of fun. We've got, I think, a live D&D game happening each of the days of TwitchCon, as well as panels talking about Ravnica, D&D cosplay, all the above. But there's also one really special thing for Dice Camera Action fans out there. We're doing a live show on the main stage at Twitch. I think it's called the Glitch Stage.
Wow.
2 p.m. Pacific time on the Twitch main channel. Watch there. We'll be hosting it, of course, on our twitch.tv/DND. Yeah, tons of great casts. Obviously the Waffle Crew will be there in costume, along with Chris Perkins, the Dungeon Master. 4 guests. I'm not going to tell them all now, but next week we might be able to tell you all about them.
Because you can't.
Yeah, because I can't yet. But I can tell you that Benjamin Looms, the composer for Sirenscape, is going to be there.
Oh, no way.
Performing his live soundtrack to what is happening on stage.
No way.
Maybe in a bard costume, in a DJ booth next to the
Seriously?
stage. Yeah. It's going to be pretty exciting.
If he plays any weeping women,
That might be
It
you.
might be me.
That might be you.
It was me.
So Sirenscape has these amazing sound sets available to you right now. If you don't know what Sirenscape is, real quick, it's like a soundboard that you can use for Dungeons and Dragons. That includes
Very cool.
custom background music, all queued up to specific chapters and even headings within your Waterdeep Dragon Heist book. So I've been using it at home in my home sessions of playing Dragon Heist, and it's super easy. Just be like, oh, we're in this shop. We're in that shop. And I got to record some stuff for it finally.
I know. I can't believe you didn't before.
I know. I was busy when they were
This is
here.
your calling.
So I am not a weeping woman, but I'm not going to tell you what I am just yet.
But you will.
But I will.
Okay.
Soon. It's pretty exciting.
Is it a character?
It is a character.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You got a speaking part?
I got a speaking part.
Wow.
I know. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So that's all many of the fun stuff. There is definitely way more that I could be talking about, but I think I really want to get to learning about The Apprentices
Yes.
with Alistair Blackcloak.
Let's
So
do that.
Let's go listen to that right about now.
Okay.
Woo, you guys set a record, longest intro.
21
It
minutes?
was
19 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yes.
More bang for your buck, people.
Bang.
We get bangs.
What?
Wait.
What?
So what did you think? Did you learn everything? Are we recording the intro yet?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, yeah.
So Shelly, what do you think? Did you get everything that you needed to know about The Apprentices from that segment?
All questions answered.
Which one is your favorite? Oh, that one was really good. The witch that has the screeching Halloween
Yes.
with the broom.
Yes.
Yes.
In the green face.
And the I thought you said you were a good witch.
Pointy hat. Green is a lovely color.
That is true. That not necessarily evil.
No.
I saw Wicked.
Right?
Right?
I saw it too.
Yeah.
It was really good.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Did you cry?
Oh, but several times. Pretty much the entire
I think
musical.
Quinn has your
Crying
affection.
during musicals.
Crying during just even like YouTube videos sometimes.
He's like, this Kinder Egg, it's so.
He just like super emotional. I always tell him like, it's okay. You know, your Mr. Greg cries too when he watches.
I love that it's not Bart. You're like, no, not your father, but he's a.
That Bart is like just kind of always silently weeping in the corner. Like it's like, oh,
Because he's married to you. Is
get
that why
over
he's-
it.
Yeah.
He's just like whatever. His life just didn't turn out the way he thought it would.
Oh man. That's the recipe for happiness.
my Halloween
right there.
laugh.
It's only during Halloween.
Yep, it's October.
Well, awesome. We have two amazing folks who
Let's
are
get
not
to it.
witches, I believe,
That
but they
we
might
know
be
of.
sorcerers. Let's call up Brian and Latia.
Let's do it.
All right.
Bring.
It's weird because I know they're actually still watching us. Hi guys. We never hung up this entire time, so they've all been there. You get like this is like your birds. I can't hear you, but it's amazing.
Now we're gonna
Okay, now I can.
do the whole interview again.
You guys are fascinating.
Okay. It's fine.
But we're gonna do it backwards. We're gonna start at the end and go. All right, no, we're not
That's
gonna.
challenging, but still okay.
Now we have to make sure we say nice things about you because we're gonna do the outro, which is usually like, oh, wasn't that just a great interview?
That was fun.
I learned so many things.
All the things.
You ready to do that for reals?
Yes.
Is it weird when they're watching
A little.
us doing that?
Hey, if you don't want us watching, you talk to your producer.
Oh no, it's okay. Latia's got her hands over her face. We're fine. It's that that monster from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which is so incredibly stupid that it thinks if it can't see you, you can't see it. Jokes I never thought. All right, so yeah, there goes the recordings are happening. You ready?
Ready.
All right. Man, it was really great to talk to
They are good people.
Brian and Latia. I feel like I know so much more about coffee now.
I do too.
And how to start a business
Kind of feel like they're like just still here with us.
in spirit as well as on the lines.
And their coffee is delicious.
It's so good. Did
and
you
I love how they're supporting gamers.
Did you try it after
Yes.
Origins?
Yeah, I have a little grinder.
you ground it all up?
Ground it all up.
Yeah, it's
It was
tasty.
super delicious.
Yeah, it's got a really nice bouquet.
Oh, I don't know the terminology.
You just sniff
I
it
just
and it's
know,
like I'm
"Oh, this
thinking
is
wine
good
tasting.
coffee." Really stays on your palate.
It really stains your teeth.
It really lingers on your breath after. when you're
Everyone
talking.
is my friend after I drink this amazingly delicious
Yummy.
coffee.
Everyone said, "Oh, what is that coffee flavor coming out of your mouth hole?"
You seem so successful. I want to get to know you.
It was very good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tasty.
They
So
seem like nice people.
I applaud everything they're doing with the Snickety Snooks. So please go ahead and check that out.
Yep.
And get them into order number 102.
Yeah.
And order it because it's good coffee. Can't go wrong. And it's for people who love gaming. So it's a double plus good.
Yes.
Sweet.
Yeah. And you're helping your fellow gamers.
I dig it. Yeah.
I dig it too.
What can people do to follow and maybe order coffee from you? Can they?
Probably can't really order much coffee from me.
No, why not?
I don't have any.
All right, but where could they at least get in touch with you and ask you about
You
coffee?
can ask me at Shelly Moo on Twitter.
Oh, well, maybe you'll have a creamer.
I don't. Oh, Moo.
Yeah.
Creamer. Hey, partnership.
There you go.
Shelly Moo Creamer.
Silly Moo's Dungeons and Dragons themed coffee creamers.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you can do like confessions of a part-time milkmaid? No, it doesn't work.
We'll work on it.
We're spitballing here.
Yeah.
You're the marketing whiz who is coming up with all these great ideas for these guys. Don't listen to any of my advice. They're all bad.
That's a good idea, Tito.
Did not listen to mine. Yes.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. That's the takeaway.
Where can people find you, Greg Tito?
I'm at Greg Tito on Twitter
That's unique.
or on Instagram at Greg_Tito.
Was Greg Tito taken
Somebody
on Insta?
had Greg Tito. Yeah.
Stop it.
I know. Isn't that annoying?
They're on Insta. Oh, you know what? They probably tried to get on Twitter and were pissed.
There's
because
nobody. No, there's not. It's one of those. There was nothing there. They had the account, but they didn't actually post anything.
There's a Greg Tito squatting.
Yeah. For all I know, it's me. Like I might have done that and I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
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 I blame myself.
Well,
Yeah.
now you have two.
Or Facebook. Who knows? It's one of their problems. But you can do me at follow me at those two places, and I've been taking lots of great pictures. Did you see the video I did recently where it
No.
was, the crows that are
Yes,
outside?
I did see that.
I did a nice 360 video with amazing
Yes.
sunset and the crows. It was that's what fall is like here
Yes.
at the Wizards of the Coast office.
There they are.
They just are in the parking lot.
Murder of
And
crows.
it feels like you're in a movie. It doesn't feel real.
No.
Yeah.
It feels like they're all going to just dive bomb you and take you away somewhere.
I know. So I was glad I was able to capture it on the videos. So if you want to know what it's like to work in Wizards of the Coast at the fall,
In the fall.
go check out that
What
on my
it's like
Instagram.
to walk out to your car.
I know.
With crows screaming overhead. What are they doing?
I don't know. I feel like it's like it's not a mating thing because that's usually in the spring,
Why
right?
are they all... where are they the rest of the year?
You know what? We need to speak to an ornithologist
Okay.
who can let us know all the things that's going on.
Okay.
All right.
Maybe they'll contact us on Twitter.
Yes, that's a good idea. So if you like D&D and you're an ornithologist, and I think I know someone.
You have a lot of connections.
I think I do. I think we should get her on. She's a cosplayer. She did the amazing Kenku cosplay.
Oh my God. Does she really know about birds?
I think so.
Other than how to make a really amazing costume?
I think so. So, all right, we're going to have to. All right, that's it. We're booking her. She's booked.
Booked.
We just booked it.
It's happening.
All right. Is there anything else we need to do before we sign off
I
here?
like our logo on the screen.
Dragon Talk.
No, I think that's good.
All right. Well, I'm going to go check out what's happening on the ceiling up here.
You're going up on the ceiling?
Yeah. Wait,
don't
God.
fall!
Oh,
Tito!
God. Oh, they killed me. Dancing on the ceiling.
What a feeling.
Oh, man. Bringing it back. All right. Twitch people. That's it. You saw it all happen. We recorded most of an entire episode
I
right
got
here in front
2
of
minutes
people.
before my meeting.
Oh, all right.
Beautiful.
Well, then let's say goodbye.
What was that?
I have to watch Dragon Talk more often.
That was Latia.
What?
Oh, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
we're not muted? Oh,
Really? You have to watch it more often?
That's you got to let them know.
I said more often than
You got to
even
let them
watch-
know before you do that.
What if she said, these people are so annoying. Brian, we should have hung up
I
an
know.
hour ago.
You got to blame Ryan and the sound guy who just put you up without any warning. You could have been like,
Oh.
yeah, who knows?
You gotta tell us when we got a hot
Right?
mic.
Yeah.
That's a hot mic. I know.
How we can't run for office. What's going on?
Watching Naked
That-
Gun has
God,
shown you
my heart
nothing.
is- I'm so almost embarrassed.
But nothing happened.
No,
Was it-
everything was
God.
beautiful, and I want to see more.
nice.
That was really nice. That
It
was
was-
nice of you.
Thanks, everybody. And for those of you on Twitch, goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
We're signing off for today. We got Dark and Dicey coming at 7 p.m. Pacific time tonight. And then we're back here hosting. What's the thing we're hosting tomorrow morning, Pelham? Demon Plague. That's right, Demon Plague. And then Mike Merle's Happy Fun Hour at 1 p.m. with us all day long. It's a long streaming day on Tuesdays.
It's almost like a whole week of streaming in one day.
It is. I know, it's crazy. So stay tuned, stick around for all that stuff. But we're signing off for now. And again, thank you to Latia and Brian.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome. Thanks for
We
sticking
love
around.
you.
No problem.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
For you.